the Selenium, what are all I am going to cover, let me explain you, and then we will go to the what are all the advantages with I'm going to cover like first automation testing. The automation testing we're going to learn Java part, because we're going to learn with the Java, Selenium with Java we're going to learn, and you no need to worry about Java. I will take care of it, whatever is required for Selenium. So that part I'm going to cover in the Java part. So if Java is 100%, we need only 3 to 5% of Java. That's it. That is very much enough for us. So you no need to be panic about the Java side and all. We will discuss very easy manner what is Java and what are all the different things required for us. So just as I told you, 3 to 5% only required for us. We don't need complete Java for us, for our Selenium. Only the concepts like we need, like control statements we need in the Java, and looping statements we need, and as well as oops concepts we need in Java, and collections. That's it. These are all the things required for us in Java side. Yeah, so we no need to worry about Java and the Java stuff. So very easy manner we will discuss, so that you will understand what we required in Java part and all. Yeah, so coming to the Selenium part, Selenium is nowadays very booming tool. So many number of openings are there for Selenium. Yeah, so if you learn the Selenium properly for these 35 sessions, so you can able to crack the any interview on Selenium. I am assuring you, you can able to clear any interview on Selenium part. We're going to discuss very in depth in Selenium. Yeah, working with different controls, and we are going to take one application and we will do end to end on that application, and we will try to develop the scripts, and we will see how it is working and all. Yeah, in the Selenium part I'm going to cover working with the controls. Different controls will be there, like drop downs, radio buttons, check boxes, and tables, how to read the data from table and all. Okay, so different controls are there. We're going to learn with different controls how to work with the Selenium part, and after then we need to read the data from Excel, how we can read the data from the Excels and all, and deep database connections, how we can do. After this we will enter into the TestNG part. TestNG is used for combining your test cases, and it will provide us the flexibility to run our test scripts in batch wise. Yeah, so and a few more features also provided by the TestNG, like priority, how we can set the priority for test cases, and data providers will be there, so we can run the same test case n number of times for different test data, so that will be provided by the data providers. And listeners also will be there, we can use the listeners part as well. So those are all the things very elaborately we are going to discuss in the Selenium part, in the TestNG. And after TestNG we will enter into the Maven. Maven is used for dependency management, wherein which what are all the libraries we required. So those are libraries automatically it will download from the internet and available for us. So, and also one more advantage with Maven is we can integrate with the Jenkins. So that is the reason we are using Maven to do the dependency management, plus and easily we can integrate with the CI/CD tool like Jenkins. Okay, and once Maven is completed, we will enter into the Jenkins part. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool wherein which we can execute our scripts independently. Yeah, so we can schedule our test scripts by using Jenkins. Whatever the time you want, we can able to execute our test scripts. Yeah, so Jenkins is the very famous nowadays in interview and all. They're going to ask you how we can create a job and how we can run the test scripts in CI/CD manner, continuous integration and continuous development. So how we can execute our Selenium scripts. Yeah, so those things are very, very important even for the interview point of view. Yeah, so after Jenkins, we will discuss about the Selenium Grid part. Selenium Grid is used for run your test scripts on multiple machines. Okay, so you want to run your scripts on multiple machines. So let me assume like different browsers are there. We need to run our test scripts on multiple browsers in multiple machines. So that is possible with Selenium Grid. Okay, so these are all the various things we are going to learn in the part of the Selenium. Again, I am telling you, Selenium is very booming nowadays. If you know Selenium end to end, easily you can able to crack the interview. And also, yeah. So coming to the salary wise, so almost double the salary you are going to get it with automation testing. If at all you are working on manual, let me assume 3 to 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs you are getting. For automation, almost double the salary you can expect it from the company. So Selenium is very booming nowadays, and it supports only web applications. Now, because nowadays each and every application is only web, right? So Selenium supports only web applications because nowadays all the applications are only web. So yeah. So these are all the various things we are going to learn in the part of the Selenium tool and Java part. So don't worry about the Java. Very easy manner we will discuss what is Java and what are all the things required for us. All those things we will discuss very clearly so that you will understand about the Java part. So for Java and Selenium, I need 30 to 35 sessions. Yeah. So to complete this course, daily 1.5 hour session will be there. Presently, our time is 8 to 9:30 a.m. IST. Yeah. So these are all the things very in depth we are going to discuss. I am assuring you at the end of this course, you can able to work with Selenium if at all you practice daily. So you need to practice daily whatever I am explaining you. If at all you are able to follow, then I am assuring you, you will get a job. So manual testing and automation testing. Manual testing part is when compared to automation, salaries will be less. We need to upgrade our skill to the automation testing Selenium. Then you can demand to the company. Okay. So how much salary you want, you can demand to the company. So almost double the salary you are going to get it with automation testing Selenium when compared to the manual. So at the and also I'm going to cover one project. I'm going to take a one project and I'm going to take the few scenarios in that project. And we will do end to end on this project, like few scenarios. And you will understand based on these scenarios, you will understand how to develop the automation scripts and all. Okay. So in that manner, you're going to get the complete in-depth knowledge about the what is Java and what is Selenium part and all. Yeah. So how the job openings for Selenium? You can go to the Naukri.com. So you can able to see n number of openings in all over India. Daily, at least 10 requirements will be there on Selenium. N number of openings will be there on Selenium. Okay, we no need to worry about the job openings and all. Selenium is booming nowadays. So if you learn Selenium, perfectly whatever the sessions I am explaining you. So you need to practice at the end of the day. What are all the things I am explaining you? Then automatically in this 30 to 35 sessions, you will become an expert in Selenium. Okay. So like that, how it will go on. So job openings, you no need to worry about the job openings and all. And also from my side, okay, from my side, until you get a job, I'm going to provide the support to you. Okay. You can always send a mail to me. Until you get job, I will provide my assistance to you. So any questions, anytime you can send a mail to me. In the next session, we will discuss on it. Or if it is a small issue, then I will reply to your email. So that how we will try to continue the entire course until you get a job. It is a lifetime support to you. You can always send a mail to me and we will work on that particular issue. So these are all the things I am going to cover in this Selenium course. Yeah. So first Java part, whatever is required, I'm going to explain you in the Java side. And coming to the Selenium part, whatever in the real time, what are all the tools and we are using, those all things we will try to, I will try to cover it in the part of Selenium. So along with this, I'm going to give you some interview questions as well, so that it will be easy for you to crack the interview. And one project, also few scenarios, we're going to do it so that you will get complete real-time knowledge how we need to do the things and all. And coming to the job openings, you no need to worry about the job openings. If you learn Selenium perfectly, then easily you can get a job in all over India. Now all the jobs are remote jobs only, right? Working from home. You no need to worry about the location preference and all. So that is the reason at any location we can work. So a number of openings are there. Even you can check it out in the Naukri.com or Monster. So many openings they're keeping in every day on Selenium part. So we no need to worry about the openings part and all. So it will be a number of openings are there. We no need to worry about the openings part. So and from my side, until you get a job, I'm going to provide the support to you. I mean, what are all the issues you are facing and all, I will try to resolve them. So that will be easy for you to, yeah, resolve your issues and go ahead with the automation part and all. So this is about the course, what I am going to cover in these 30 to 35 sessions. So this is about the Selenium, whatever is required for Selenium, everything I am going to cover in our course. Okay. Yeah. So any other questions from anybody on this? Vaishali or Suchita? Okay. So coming to the automation testing part, let me give you introduction on this automation part, what we are going to cover and all. Yeah, so we are going to cover. So as I told you, the course content and everything so far we have discussed. And let me give you introduction about what is manual testing and why we need to go for automation testing and all. We will try to discuss now. Manual testing is something like manually you need to test the application by seeing with your eyes everything is working fine or not. So but manual testing, few uh, I mean drawbacks are there. We need to overcome those drawbacks. So manual testing is each and every time you need to test the functionality manually. Okay, in the part of the regression testing or system testing, you need to perform the testing each and every functionality manually. If you need to perform regression testing 5-6 times, you need to execute each and every test case manually. So that is the reason in the part of regression or system testing, we need to execute our test cases repeatedly n number of times. So that is the reason we need to go for automation testing. Automation testing is nothing but we are doing testing with the help of a tool. Selenium is a tool. So we are going to perform our testing with the help of a tool. You are going to develop the automation scripts. Whenever you need to perform the regression testing, just you are going to execute those scripts, and it will give you results on it. Okay, so it will give you results, nothing but how many test cases are executed, how many are passed, how many are failed, everything you will get a report. So that is the reason automation testing is something like we are testing by using the tool. With the help of tool, we are trying to automate the application functionalities which is required for regression testing and system testing. So whenever you need to perform the testing, you're not going to do manually. What are all the test scripts you developed? Those test scripts you are going to execute, and those test scripts will give us the results. How many are passed and how many are failed. Okay. So that is the advantage with the automation testing. Unattendedly, you can execute your scripts. You no need of, like, for example, you need to execute at night 12 o'clock. So we no need to be in the office till 12 o'clock. You can schedule it by using Jenkins. Then automatically the execution will start and it will give you the result. So automatically even Jenkins can send a mail to you. Okay. So that is how it is going to work with the automation testing and all. But before going to start with the automation testing, few of the drawbacks are there on manual testing. Let me overcome them and then we will go ahead with the automation testing part. So why we need to go for automation testing? Because in the manual testing, you need more resources are required. More resources are required because everything you need to test manually. Then obviously more resources are required for us, and as well as more time is required. So more time also required for us. Why more time? Because everything you need to test manually by seeing with your eyes whether it is working or not. Then obviously it will take more time. No accuracy, no correctness will be there. Sometimes manual team may miss some of the functionalities which may have a bugs in that. So no correctness, yeah, will be there in the manual testing. No repeatability. So whenever you want to execute the test cases, so you need to execute manually only in manual testing. There is no automation part in it. So that is the reason no repeatability will be there. No reusability also. If one time you execute it, you cannot reuse that in next regression testing because you are doing everything in everything manually. So that is the reason you cannot reuse that. And more budget is required. You see, if more time is taking and more resources are uh, working for our project, obviously more budget is required for it. Okay. And the testing team also get bored and tiredness because of the manual testing, because same thing they need to do again and again in the part of regression. If sprint 1 regression testing is going on, they need to execute everything manually. Sprint 2 again regression testing is going on, again they need to work on. Yeah, so sprint 2 also they need to perform the regression testing manually. Same functionalities they need to test again and again. So that because of all these drawbacks, we need to go for automation testing. In the automation testing, if you will see, is automation testing is replacement for manual? No, it is just continuation to the manual testing, because it is just continuation to the manual testing. How in real-time processes, sprint 1, what are all the functionalities you tested manually? Okay, the automation team will develop the automation scripts for it. In sprint 2, we are going to execute all of them. Again, the automation team will focus on sprint 2 related functionalities, as well as executing the existing test scripts in the part of the regression testing. So it is just a continuation to the manual testing. It is not the replacement for manual testing. Manual team will be there, but these automation scripts, especially, we are going to use for regression testing and all. Okay, regression testing means everything you need to test related to the application. Most of the functionalities we need to test whether it is working or not before going to release it to the client. So that part is regression testing. When any changes happened, or when any modifications happened, or new functionalities added, then we need to perform the regression testing. So especially the automation part, we're going to use it for the regression testing part. So regression testing is playing very major role for us. Why? Because without regression testing, we cannot release it to the client, because we don't know whether addition of the functionalities or modifications or changes, whether it may impact existing functionalities also. So that is the reason, yeah, that is the reason we are spending much time on regression testing to ensure no functionalities are breaking because of the changes or because of the additions. So for regression testing, yeah, so especially we need to go for automation testing. What are all these scripts in real time? As I told you, sprint one. So we are going to automate what are all the manual completed one. And from the sprint two onwards, sprint one related functionalities also we're going to execute in the part of regression testing. So automation testing is not the replacement for manual. It is just a continuation to the manual testing, especially for the regression testing part. Okay. And for if at all you want to go with the automation testing, the prerequisite for automation testing is at least application should be stable like more than 70%. Then only we can able to automate the functionalities. Why we need 70%? Means if functionalities are not working end to end, if functionalities are not working end to end, in that case, what will happen? Can we able to proceed further? Let me take a Gmail application. Okay, the login functionality itself is not working. How we can check the compose, inbox, sent mails, drafts? We cannot check it out. We cannot automate that because application is not allowing us to log in. So that is the reason application should be stable. At least 70% of the functionalities should work. Then only we can able to proceed with the automation testing. Then only we can able to proceed with the automation testing part. Okay. So please remember, automation testing is not the replacement for manual. It is just continuation to the manual testing, and application should be stable at least 70% of the functionalities. Then only we can proceed with the automation testing part. If more and more bugs are there and application we cannot able to proceed further, we cannot able to automate those functionalities because application itself is not working. How we can automate that? So that is the reason application should be stable enough in order to do the automation testing part on our application. Okay. Similarly, okay. So why we need to go for automation? What are all the advantages are there with the automation testing? So automation testing part advantages will be, it is fast. Fastness will be there. Why? Because you are developing the test scripts. Those test scripts you are executing on your application, and yeah, we're going to see the results, how many are working and how many are not working. So it is very fast. So we're going to save some time in the part of automation testing, and a less number of resources are required for us. Why less number of resources? Because once you automated your test scripts, just you need to execute those test scripts only. Okay, like manual 10 people are working, in the automation just 2 to 3 people we can manage it. Okay, so whole regression time we are going to do with the automation testing part in real time. Okay, whatever the regression testing part you are doing, regression testing related test cases, usually we are going to automate. And whenever you need to perform the regression testing, so then we are going to execute those test scripts, and we are going to analyze how many are working, how many are not working. Because whenever you need to deliver the application to the production live environment to the client, then surely we need to perform the regression testing part. So if at all we are going with manually the regression testing, it is going to take so much time. But a client doesn't have that much time to wait. He need to push the code to the live. In that case, the alternative we are having is automation testing. Okay. Within, if at all you develop the automation scripts, within few hours you are going to get the results. What is passed and what is failed. So that is the importance of the automation testing. Okay. Yeah. So accuracy will be there here. Repeatability will be there. How can repeatability? So same scripts you can reuse for n number of scripts, n number of sprints. Same scripts. Once you develop the test scripts, so you can reuse them in n number of times, same test scripts, whether it is working fine or not. Next, reusability. Same scripts we can reuse for n number of cycles. In the long span of time, budget also get reduced to the client. Each sprint client is going to save some time. Okay. When the time invested, okay, time invested for automation is 1,000 hours, let me assume. Each sprint you are saving 200 hours. Each sprint you are saving 200 hours. But for developing the automation scripts, it took 1,000 hours for us. When is the breaking point to the client? Each sprint you are spending 200 hours you are saving, but total time you invested on it for developing the automation scripts is 1,000 hours. So once 5 sprints are completed, sixth sprint onwards, there is a returns to the client. Okay. So first sprint, 200 hours you are saving. Second sprint, again 200 hours. So total 400 hours you are saving. Sprint 3, again 200 hours, let me assume. So 600 you are saving. Sprint 4, again 200 hours, 800 you are going to save. Sprint 5, 1,000 hours you are going to save. So until sprint 5, your investment is going to cover. Sprint 6 onwards, there is a returns to the client. That is nothing but return on investment. So these are all the advantages with it. Okay. So far what we have seen, so what I'm going to cover in our course, what are all the advantages to you with Chris-Soft, and yeah, we're going to provide you the support until you get a job. So that is the best advantage you are going to get with Chris-Soft and with me. Yeah. So any questions at any time, you can send a mail to me so that I will respond to your email. In the next session, we will work on that. And similarly, we are going to learn little about the Java part and Selenium part. I'm going to cover in the part of this course, along with the advanced stuff like Selenium Grid and Jenkins. Those are all the things we're going to learn in the part of this course. And as well as, yeah, so we're going to take one small project, some scenarios, we're going to automate it, and we will develop the frameworks part and all with this, so that once framework you understood, so everything is very easy for you to understand the things. Because in the interview and all, they're going to ask you questions on uh, real-time framework, what you developed and how you developed and all. Or if you say you are involved, for example, you are having only 2 to 3 years experience, then they will be asking some questions to you. How you involved in the framework development, what you developed, what all the various methods are there and all. See, these are all the things in the interview they're going to ask you. At the end of the session, I am going to cover even Selenium interview questions also to you. Yeah, you can follow them. And also one more advantage I can give it to you is, if at all you want to refresh your manual testing concepts, then already for the last batch, I recorded all the manual testing videos with me. So those videos also, if you enrolled for the Selenium, those videos also you can able to watch it freely. So yeah, so that is the one more advantage I am giving it to you. If at all you want to learn Selenium, then you will get the manual testing videos also. Okay, we can able to share it in Google Drive to you, so you can able to watch those all videos, so that you can refresh your manual testing concepts as well. Okay, so these are all the various advantages with Chris. And yeah, so my intention is not only giving the subject to you and all, my intention is to make you guys expert in the Selenium. So yeah, what I'm thinking is I want to give complete knowledge to you. I want to make you, wherever you go, you need to crack the interview. That is what my motto is. All my students need to get a jobs, their desirable jobs. Okay, so that is what my intention is. So surely I think I can make you, yeah, to get a job anywhere you go. So with this course, okay. So these are all the advantages to you from Chris side. Yeah, how to work with the automation testing. You can see here how to work with the automation testing. First, test cases is the input for automation. We need to have the test cases. Test cases are the input for automation testing. These test cases, what we are going to do, we're going to develop the instructions. We're going to develop the instructions means test scripts, which is understandable to the Selenium. We're going to develop the test scripts, and those test scripts we are going to give it to the your tool, whatever the tool it is. The process is same, but currently in this course we're going to learn the Selenium. These instructions you will pass it to the Selenium, and Selenium will perform on your application, and Selenium will give you the results. What test cases are passed, how many are failed. So this is the automation architecture, how it will happen. So first input is your test cases, all your test cases. Yeah, you are converting it into the instructions like Selenium understandable statements, and on those instructions you are going to give these instructions as input to your tool. Your tool will understand these instructions and it will perform on your application, and tool will give you the results. What test cases are passed and what test cases are failed. So like this, how any tool, not only Selenium, any tool, the process is same. You're going to get the test cases from the manual team, and in the automation testing, manual team will walk through these all test cases with you. So manual team can check the, yeah, so they will explain you the test cases, what is their expectations and all. If at all freshly automation project is starting, then manual team will share you the test cases and they will walk through the test cases as well to us, so that it will be very easy for us to understand the functionalities. Whenever any doubts we are having and all in the real time, so always we can try to reach to the manual team and get our questions clarified from them. Okay, so that is how it will work. Yeah, that is how it will work. So in the automation testing, so we are going to get the manual test cases from the manual team. We will try to go through it, and we will try to understand the test cases. And then once we understood the test cases, and we will start with the test scripts part. In the middle, automation plan also will be there, that I will explain you. And then we are going to start with the test scripts development part. Once test scripts development is completed, then whenever there is a regression testing, we are going to execute them with the help of a tool, and tool will give us the how many test cases are passed and how many test cases are failed. This is about the automation architecture, how it will happen in real time. Okay, so what is our job? Our job is to understand the framework. What is framework? Framework is nothing but the process what we are following to develop the automation scripts. To develop the automation scripts, the process what we are following. That process is nothing but framework. Okay. Framework means what are all the different components, how you are segregating the data, how you are maintaining the scripts. Your scripts should be reusable for each and every time regression testing. Okay. I will explain you very clearly about the framework and all. Yeah. Next, earlier Qtp tool will be there. It is a commercial, but Selenium is the open source. But if you'll see almost 7 to 8 years back, everybody is using Qtp UFT tool only, though it is licensed. So, and then later Selenium entered into the picture in the year of 2006. From there, yeah, it took 5 to 6 years time for them to reach everyone. And then, yeah, and then it started with the booming like anything. So everybody started using it. So, but some differences between Qtp and Selenium part. Qtp is a commercial tool which is from the HP side, and Selenium is the open source completely. But Qtp supports all the applications, but whereas sorry, but whereas Selenium supports only web applications only. Qtp uses VB script, but Selenium supports so many languages: Java, C Sharp, PHP, Python, and Ruby. So many languages, and .NET is missing. Oh, C Sharp is there, right? Okay. All the browsers it will support. Okay. So record and playback also it will support. There is a object repository concept in Qtp, but whereas there is no object repository concept here. Yeah, Selenium supports mobile testing as well by using APM. Okay. So parallel testing, we need to use the QC here, but here in Selenium parallel testing, we are using with the Selenium Grid. Integration with other tools, yes. So in the Selenium also, like whatever the whatever the Maven and TestNG, as I told you, what I'm going to cover in this course, easily we can integrate with Jenkins and other tools also using Selenium. Okay, so these are all the few advantages with the Selenium and all. Yeah. Why do we prefer Selenium automation tool? Why we need to prefer Selenium automation tool? Because Selenium automation tool is free and open source. Yeah, it is completely free and open source. And we are having large user base and helping communities. So in the internet, you will get it each and every question answer. Large user base communities are there for Selenium. Each and every question they might have posted and somebody might have answered for that question. You will get each and every question answer from there. Cross browser compatibility. Yes, it supports almost all the browsers. Okay, almost all the browsers it is going to support, like Firefox, Chrome, IE. Okay, so these are all the famous browsers it is going to support for us. And platform compatibility, yes, so it supports Windows, it supports Mac, it supports Linux. So yeah, almost all the Ubuntu, almost all the operating systems it will support. Yeah, multiple programming languages support, as I told you: Java, C Sharp, Perl, PHP, Python. So many languages it is going to support. But in this course, we are focusing only on Java side. We are focusing only on Java side in this session. Okay. So because of all these advantages, we need to go for Selenium. Okay. Main advantage is Selenium is a open source. You no need to buy anything and all, because Selenium is completely open source. We no need to purchase anything and all. Okay. So that is the reason Selenium is completely, yeah. English communication is, Vaishali is asking, English communication is must for this job. So in the software job, especially in the testing side, Vaishali, yes. So communication is very much required. I mean, we don't need to be more and more efficient and proficient in that, but to get a job on software testing, yes, because communication is required for us, because you need to talk to the different people in your team. Testing team, you need to talk to them. Whenever you get a bug, you need to talk to the development team. You need to talk to your lead and manager. Okay. So in the sprint agile model and all, we need to talk to the entire team in daily scrum meeting and sprint planning meeting. So English is required for us. At least you can able to manage the things. If you are in the position to manage the things, yes, English is required for us. Yeah, because communication is must for any IT job. So you, because we need to talk to the so many people in our team regular basis. If you don't know how to convey the work whatever you have done, then there is no use of the work what you've done. You need to explain it very clearly to the client and as well as your lead or manager. So that is the reason communication is, yes, must for us. But you no need to be like more and more vocabulary and everything and all. Just we need to be, are we in the position to understand what other person is speaking? So, and we are in the position to answer to them. So that is very much enough. Okay. But going forward, if at all you are growing in testing career, yes, you should be proficient in, yeah, communication side and all. Yeah. So why do we prefer Selenium automation tool? Yes, it is free and open source. Large user base and helping communities will be there, and cross browser compatibility also will be there, because different browsers it is going to support, and platform compatibility also will be there, and multiple programming languages support also will be there. That is the advantage with the Selenium tool. Okay, and this is very important, the return on investment. Yeah, so return on investment talks about, as I told you, time saved minus time spent. See this formula, time saved minus time spent. If with this formula we are going to get the return on investment. See, the client is invested $10,000. When he is going to return that, whatever the time you saved using automation testing is more than $10,000, then it will be returned to the client. Okay, up to 10,000, yes, it is the break even he is going to get it, and after $10,000, then it will be a return on investment to the client. Okay, so this is about the return on investment part. And similarly, if you'll check it out, okay, Selenium components and all these I will take it up tomorrow. But what are all we have seen today, what I'm going to cover in this course. Okay, I'm going to cover in this course, what are all I'm going to cover. I'm going to cover Java part. So only 3 to 5% of Java is very much enough for us. We don't need multi-threading and so many other concepts, Hibernate and all. So we need only 3 to 5% of Java. That is very much enough. And in the Java control statements, looping statements, oops, collections, these are all the various things I'm going to cover in the Java part. Coming to the Selenium part, you need to know how to work with the controls, how to perform the actions on those controls, and how to read the data from Excel part, DB connections, and TestNG, Maven, Jenkins, and Selenium Grid. These are all the, so, and frameworks we are going to learn. Okay, so these are all the various things. We're going to take a one project and few scenarios we're going to do on that project, and we will try to implement in real-time manner. Coming to the job openings and all, yes, we are having n number of openings per Selenium. We no need to worry about the job, but please focus these 35 days on this course. Only focus on these 35 days, 35 sessions. Daily you need to practice. If at all you are able to practice daily, then 100% sure you will get a job. or you can switch to the automation job. And also one more advantage I am giving you is until you get a job, I am going to support you. Until you get a job, I'm going to support you. What are all the questions, what are all the queries you are getting? I will try to resolve all your questions and all until you get a job on Selenium side. And one more advantage I'm giving you is if at all you want to refresh your manual testing concepts, then yeah, once after you enrolled for Selenium, I will share you the manual testing videos also to you. Please, you can refresh your manual testing concepts. Okay, so these are all the advantages, yeah, will be there for you in this Selenium course. See, I'm assuring you, if at all you learn Selenium perfectly and you are able to follow these 30 to 35 sessions, surely you will get a job. And also, as I mentioned, almost double the salary from manual testing, you are going to get it for the automation testing Selenium. Almost double the salary. Currently, you are having 5 lakhs on manual testing. You can ask for 10 lakhs on automation testing Selenium. So that much growth will be there for automation testing and all. Okay. So from my side, advantages would be until you get a job, I'm going to provide you my support. Okay. For any interview question, anything, you can send a mail to me. But other advantage would be I'm going to share you the once after you enrolled for Selenium, I will share all the manual testing videos also to you. Please try to go through it. So that is the advantage for you from Chrysoft side. Everything we are going to learn practically. Okay, how to work with the different controls and Java part and TestNG, Maven part, Jenkins, Selenium Grid. Everything we are going to discuss practically whether everything is working fine or not. So these are all the various things I am going to cover in the part of Selenium course. Okay. Selenium is very booming, guys. It's very booming. If at all you learn the Selenium perfectly, then 100% sure that you can able to get a number of calls. But as I told you, little bit communication is also required for the testing job, wherein which you are in the position to explain it to the interviewer and all, because we no need to be that much more vocabulary related sentences and all. But at least in low level, we are able to convey the work what you have done to the lead or manager. That is very much enough in the beginning of the testing career. Once you enter into the company, automatically within 1 2 years you will grasp the things, and your communication also will get improved. You no need to worry about that. Okay. Yeah. And along with this course, freely I am going to cover one more concept also. I'm going to cover along with this course is web services automation also. I am going to cover. I will cover web services automation using REST assured. Okay. Web services automation also I'm going to cover by using REST assured. That is also I will try to cover in the part of this course. Just introduction part, I will try to give it how to make a call to the web service, how to read the response, okay, how to read the response code, and these all things we will try to learn in the part of this course. Okay, so these are all the various things I am going to cover in the part of our in the part of our course. These are all the various things I am going to cover in the part of this course. Okay.